You see that wee buzzard or eagle or something? It was just on top of the classic place sign.
Oh, it's a mucky day, folks. Mo's holed up in the van with a cup of tea and her book. She's the sensible one of the pair of us. But I'm going to go and climb this wee hill. I was sitting having some noodles for lunch with Mo. I mentioned when I was coming up the road that I haven't actually climbed this hill before, but now that I'm at the start point I realise that I actually have climbed it. However, I got it into my mind that I was going to go up. So let's go and see if we can scramble up to the top of this wee hill. Just a wee hill, folks, but it's quite steep. Hope you can see me. You've got the rain blasting into your eyes there. So that's Loch Craggy, and then the wee strip of land separating it from Loch Loyal. Looking towards Ben Stumi there with a cloud sitting on the top. So this is just a wee marlin that we're heading for. Not too far to go now, but a little bit of steep ascent still ahead. I've got to zigzag a bit here and there to get past these crags. They're just a little bit too slippy to be scrambling over them today, so it's better weaving away through them. Anyway, upwards and onwards. Right, time to get this wet layer off and have a cup of tea. Maybe one of these wee chocolates, Mo.
What wee chocolate? I ate it all.
She doesn't like chocolate.
I do. I just never get to eat any because you eat all of them.
I can't get out my waterproof. I'm getting old and stiff.
You want your tea or not?
Aye. Be kind to me, that camera's rolling.
More reason to be nasty to you.
Oh, I'm hot and bothered. Ah, that was grand up there. Glad I did that. Right. Okay. I'll get in, get a cup of tea. I'm going to go in the driver's door, okay? You know, I think I haven't climbed that hill before, Mo.
Oh, that's good. Now you have.
I was looking across to the views of Ancastille and the Massif of Ben Loyal, and it looked a little bit, it looked familiar and different, if that makes sense. And I think it looks familiar because the view from Ben Hill that we did together from, do you remember we, just on the side of this road that runs alongside Loch Loyal there, just almost at the very end of Loch Loyal, there is a tiny little track that goes to nowhere, an overgrown Land Rover track that ascends the hill, but it's no more than about 100 metres long. Well, we managed to get parked in there with the old van, and we climbed up over a crag called Craigdhu, the Black Crag, and then we went up onto Ben Hill, and looking across, it's a very similar view, just a little bit further south. So I think this wee hill that I climbed today, which is called Knock Craggy, and that's Loch Craggy over my shoulder here to the right. I think it's a first ascent. First ascent for me. Oh, that's my telephone. That's WeChat from China. So I'll have this cup of tea. Got a big bag of shortbread here. How many of these have I to eat?
Half. Half of one, not half of a bag.
Oh. I think I erroneously said that Knock Craggy was marlin, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. But Ben Hill is a marlin, and the other one south of it, which I can't pronounce, Knocknan Culin. I've done both of them. And do you remember that super long day we had?
Which one?
Where we took the bikes down from Kinloch Lodge at the end of the Kyle of Tongue.
Oh.
And we cycled, and then we ditched the bikes at the end of that that loch.
Oh, you mean the one that I was so tired and I basically fell down, lie down in the heather.
Yeah, that's it. When you were...
Please insert the photo here.
I can't find that photo.
I can provide it.
Well, if you can provide that photo. Knocking Down Fmore, it's called. From Tongue it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's about 21 kilometres down, and we had 21 kilometres back. So 42 kilometres, that's a marathon. Well, 42.2 is a marathon. Marathon in the hills. Well, that's also a marlin, but that basically means, looking at this, I've done all the marlins in this area. So not Craigie is the last. Hill on the sheet, I think. I think your most northerly Marlin Ben Huttig is on this sheet as well. Do you remember that? Where the ruins are on the top. The Second World War ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not remember that day?
Oh yeah, I do. You mean the howling gale and the wet?
Yeah, and we parked up. We spoke to the farmer, and he had a locking fuel cap on his Land Rover, but the key was in it. He kept it there so he didn't lose it. From Bluebenvulen, you remember that? Across Tongue Bay. Anyhow, I'm blethering away here. I've got that camera rolling. I'm going to have my cup of tea. And then, do you want to do some shopping?
Mm-hmm.
Up to Tongue, folks. The metropolis of Tongue, to do a bit of shopping, to resupply. We get some veggies and find a place to camp tonight. Short days this time of the year. How you doing there, Mo?
Being rocked all over the place.
Buffeted by the wind. We're camped on the Moyne, folks. The Moyne is a peninsula. To the east we have the Kyle of Tongue, and to the west we have Loch Erival. And the Moyne is a massive area of blanket bog. And the only high ground, in fact, is across towards Ben Loyal that we were looking at earlier today. And then in that direction, eventually, if you go a bit further south, you'll get to Ben Hope. So we're in a fairly exposed location for camping tonight, but we're in the van and we're tucked up safe, and it's just an absolutely amazing experience camping here. So although we knew it was going to be stormy tonight, we decided to pull off the road, park up. We had a lovely meal. I'm just watching I'm actually watching YouTube on Mo's iPad here, and listening to the weather roaring and howling outside. The rain's lashing down and the wind's blowing across, howling across the Moyne. So just grand. You tucked up warm there, Mo?
Uh-huh.
Mo's wrapped up in her duvet there with her book. It's not cold. We've not even got the heating on. We had the cooker on a wee while ago when we were cooking up, so it's warmed the van up, but as the evening progresses we'll probably have to fire up the boiler and put a bit of heat on. So. But what a location to be camping at this time of the year. We're pretty far north, about 58 degrees north actually, so at this time of the year the days are short, the winds are fierce, the rain is cold, and we can see, well, now we can see absolutely nothing, but it's going to be nice in the morning. So I'm going to finish watching this wee video on YouTube, and then I think I'm going to climb into my sleeping bag and read for a wee while. Just listen to the storm and see if it plays itself out or if it's going to rage all night. Did you check the weather forecast by any chance, Mo?
Nope.
Nope, no, neither did I, so we'll just have to take what comes. I think tomorrow might be a slightly better day, so we might get a bit of a longer walk tomorrow. Anyhow, folks, I'm just going to sit here for a wee while. We'll get back to you later. Take care now. Say good night to the folks, Mo.
Night night.